A conflict between humans and demons has raged for 15 years. Hero, the finest human fighter, travels to the Demon King's palace in order to put a stop to the battle. The Demon King turns out to be a queen who's been wanting to see Hero in person and would like to speak with him. Instead, as they converse, she discloses that the conflict has helped both sides since both races have set their differences aside to fight a common enemy and strengthen the economy. It has, however, enabled the strong and corrupt to exploit the weak. For example, the impoverished human southern kingdoms must continue to combat the demons in return for food and financial help from the wealthy central kingdoms. Furthermore, regardless of who wins or if the war ends abruptly without rewarding individuals who have been hired as a result of the fight, it will result in a large civil war. Much to Hero's chagrin, the Queen, on the other hand, has a plan to bring wealth and permanent peace to both of their species, and she seeks his assistance. Hero accepts after being persuaded, and they both commit their lives to one another. The Queen and Hero arrive at the human realm in a little agricultural community named Winter Pass, where they settle into a villa with the assistance of her most loyal servant, Handmaid, to buy time before the fight begins. Stories circulate that the Hero and Demon King have fought and are recovering from their wounds. The Queen is granted a cover identity as Crimson Scholar, a human noblewoman, thanks to Handmaid. The Crimson Scholar tries but fails to persuade the village elder to adopt a 4-field agricultural rotation scheme in order to boost productivity. The Hero ruckus at the stables later that night only to discover 2 young sisters hidden within, escaping a life of serfdom. Hero wants to assist them but Handmaid refuses because she first scorns them, comparing them to insects that are unable to govern their own lives. The sisters request that Handmaid teach them how to behave like humans so that they might learn, which she agrees to and takes them under her care since she needs assistance at the villa. While the scholar educates the sisters, she also teaches the sons of a noble, a warrior, and a merchant about the war's repercussions on society in the hopes of changing their minds. The scholar is able to get another meeting with the village elder thanks to her students, which she intends to win over with a hidden weapon. The hamlet has followed the scholar's agricultural practices for a few months. Crimson Scholar and Hero, now posing as the White Swordsman, meet with a nun in charge of the Lake Monastery in Lake Nation who turns out to be a female knight, a former member of Hero's previous group, to explain Hero's absence. Crimson Scholar tells the female knight that she discovered him seriously injured after his struggle with the Demon King and that he promised his protection in return for saving his life. They hear from her that one of Hero's comrades, Archer, has gone to serve one of the Southern Knight's royal families, while a female magician has gone to the demon realm in search of him. Female Knight accepts when Scala reveals her secret weapon to be potatoes, a crop previously unknown in the human realm and its advantages, and asks her and the church to dismantle the crop and educate people in the southern nations how to cultivate it. Meanwhile, the Merchant Guild gets a dry compass as a gift from the scholar, and after analyzing its virtues, they resolve to find a method to monopolize it. Back at the villa, Hero chooses to seek the demon realm for the female magician, and before he leaves, the Queen bestows upon him an intimidating back armor and directs him to utilize it while serving as an enforcer under her authority, where he meets several demon leaders he can trust. Since Hero's departure, the fall season has come, and Female Knight has relocated to the villa to instruct Crimson Scholar's children swordsmanship. Young Merchant and Alliance member pays Scholar a visit, and she shows him to another crop maze which would help raise mankind's food output even more. If the Alliance helps her support the crops growing, Young Merchant accepts Scholar's proposal despite understanding that her purpose is for the battle to end peacefully, which the human kingdoms and church may see as traitorous and heretical. He proposes to the Crimson Scholar before departing, much to her chagrin. Winter Prince brags about Scholar with his butler, who is really Archer, about how her crops and ideas have aided the South, resulting in economic independence from Central. While it has been 6 months since Hero left for the demon realm and gained some demon allies, the Queen's anxiety grows as she's unaware that he has used his teleportation ability to return to the villa regularly behind her back, a fact only Chief Maid is aware of and to whom he confesses that he returns to meet her out of his desire to be useful to her. Meanwhile, Central has instructed the southern countries to construct a massive naval force in an attempt to retake Aurora Island, the demon's lone territory in the human world. At Gateway Metropolis, a massive city in the demon realm held by humans, Hero posing as Black Knight rescues a demon barmaid from Crusader Axe and learns from her how the human army has abused the demons since occupying the city, with the exception of those who protect the eastern fortress. Meanwhile, because of their inept commander, the White Knight King, the expeditionary fleet sent to reclaim Aurora Island is a catastrophe when demon krakens destroy most of the fleet, leaving just a few survivors.